leading the show behind this. It is actually the mind and the physical soul out there, right, working hard along with our piano chapter. But the lead in this, the role is played by our national committee chair. So we want to applaud you and thank you for all our efforts. And I wanted to give I wanted to identify Dr. Suki Sangha, who is our APPD director for ANCC. Wave yourself so we can know who you are. Suki Sangha, if you could wave so everyone knows who you are. Thank you. Dr. Manju Samuel, Professional Development Chair. Dr. Nisha Matthews, Editorial Chair. Dr. Vincia Pandey, our Research Chair. Our Indian convener, who you already knew, Dr. Virisha Jumon. And our registration chair, right, sitting over there all over, our membership chair took the lead and she doesn't want to leave that seat outside, so thank you. With Ms. Lizzie Alex. And Ms. Sarah I, our NIDA fundraising chair. Thanks to her for helping us with all the sponsors over here today, so thank you for each and every one of us who played a role out here. And along with that, our elections chair, Ms. Elizabeth Sam, is also here. And we would like to also identify Dr. Maya Joseph, who is missing in the room. I have no idea. We'll see. I'm sure she'll be back. But Dr. Maya Joseph is actually the chair for awards and scholarships, so we have representations of our committee chairs. In addition to that, we also want to give a huge shout out to our presidents of the local chapters. The chapter presidents, if you could all, the committee chairs, if you could take a seat there. Thank you so much, I appreciate it. The chapter presidents, could you all please stand up? Thank you. All right, thank you so much. Remember, NIDA doesn't exist without the local chapters. It means so much. Without you, we don't exist. So a big kudos and shout out for you to bring the teams over here, for you all to run and lead the show out there locally and supporting and helping us become much more visible, supporting our nurses of Indian origin, helping them in every way possible to serve and complete our mission. So thank you all, but I want to give a shout out to each one of you so you could all know. Dr. Simi Justice Joseph from Chicago. Dr. Shaila Roshan from New York. Dr. Aisha Chahal from Connecticut. Dr. Lavina Mariga from Central Florida. Dr. Ms. Lillian Nikan from Georgia. And Surya Chago from Maryland. Dr. Lindsay Anthony from Virginia. Last but not least, I saved the best for the last, the piano president, who's been worked hard to put this conference for all of us to be here today. Thank you, my partner, so definitely. that's one of the goals that we have, is really developing that leadership and developing advocacy. The second thing, and this is Sarah's baby, so I know she'll be excited to hear about it, is operations. We need to have standard operating procedures. Again, effectiveness is in having a process. So one of our strategic goals has really been to look at these standard operating procedures. And last but not least, it's the money that makes the world go round. So how do we effectively manage our finances? How do we leverage our relationships within the community so that we can raise some funds? So whether it's through grants, through scholarships, or through other fundraising events to accomplish all of these goals. All right, so that was our grand plan in 2025 when we started. How are we doing? So this is kind of a little bit of a report card of our activities so far. So I'm going to talk a little bit about engagement. The needs assessment that we did early on this year, this was our first step in engaging all of you, right? We asked all of you through constant contact to fill out a needs assessment and tell us what are some things that you want from NINA as an organization. And it's really important. A lot of you filled out that survey, but what that survey taught us was what we could do to grow as an organization. And one of the things we heard loud and clear is mentorship, mentorship, mentorship. So that's something that we really want to take to heart and continue to develop mentorship opportunities for all of you. One of the things we did at this conference, if you were at the networking sessions, we led a session on mentorship. How do you find the perfect mentor? What are the qualities you're looking for in a mentor? There will be more opportunities. We look for opportunities to mentor our newer chapters. The more seasoned chapters, connect with the newer chapters and tell them what has worked for you and what hasn't worked for you so that they can grow, right? So that's one of the big things. Go ahead. Sorry. We also wanted to think about our visibility, not just to our members, but to the outside world. So we revamped our website. The main NINA website is still under construction, but if you registered for this conference and you looked up this conference, you were seeing a new micro website for this conference. So we're continuing to look at our technology and improve that. We also have a communication team. Is Gins here? Can you please stand up? This is the man behind the website and a lot of the brilliance that goes in with our communications. He's the co-chair of the communications committee. Rajita is not here, but he has single-handedly taken on this task. And he does, a lot of the Facebook posts, a lot of the Instagram posts, and this is really what we need to make ourselves more visible, right? We need that. So I just want to put that applause. And by the way, this is a huge, huge task. I'm sure he has received many text messages from Uma or myself saying, you need to get this out yesterday, right? And he does it. So thank you very much for doing that. So that's been one of our big goals that we're continuing to grow on, and we've made great progress. We also have a shared calendar that all your organizations, all your chapter presidents have access to, all the committee chairs have access to, so that we can know what the events are that are occurring. We've had a town hall meeting where all members, not just committee chairs, not just leadership, but all members are invited to. We've had a virtual Nurses Day, event. So we try to do many things to engage you, and we hope that you continue to stay engaged. And if there are any other opportunities, hey, let us know. We want you here. We want to do things with you. And last but not least is community engagement. How do we make ourselves visible to the community? One of the things we did was the LA Fire Relief Fund, where all of NINA, all chapters contributed, and we gave a check to the LA Relief Funds, to kind of show that as nurses within the community, what can we contribute to us. So that's about engagement. I'm going to turn it over to Livy to talk about our education piece.
Thank you, Olivia. So, as part of the needs assessment, as part of our strategic planning on the pillar of education, what we asked our leaders, which comprises our governing body, and we asked them, what do we like NINA to take, what do we want to do this year or this term? So we had a very good leadership summit where we brainstormed about what we really need to give our members. So your leaders from local chapters made the decision. What do we need? What do we need to take 992? What is our goal? So part of that, one of the biggest things is our ANCC accreditation. So this year we were very proud to say that we were able to submit our self-study. We have hopes that we will get a very good result. That was a very hard work from the Professional Development Committee that came together and did all that paperwork, and we submitted it very successfully. And we are very proud that we're going to have another term of ANCC accreditation. So that means we want you guys to be engaged in your educational activities. We want to provide that seat, that continuing education hours to you. So please be in contact with our Professional Development Committee. We are making processes. We have planned workshops which will empower your educational chairs to become nurse planners. So something that is coming up in October is our virtual workshop for nurse planners. We really want your nurse educational chairs to come and engage and become nurse planners. They become our partners. If we all come and work together, we can provide more and more continuing education hours to you. Wellness Saturdays is something that we had in partnership with ANA. Rachita Bhagavanti, who is our communications chair, is champion for ANA as well, has done a very tremendous job. And thank you for all of you who have attended the Wellness Saturdays, Wellness Wednesdays and Saturdays that she has been conducting. There are more and more opportunities to engage, and because we give importance to self-care and we want to address what is an epidemic that is going on, burnout among healthcare professionals. So please engage with them, engage with those opportunities that we have. Fifth, Clinical Excellence and Leadership Conference, right? A dream come true for us. We couldn't have done this without partnership of PM, so I really want to commend that team. I want to take this opportunity to ask the piano GB to stand up, and all the planning committee, if you are part of the GB or not, please stand up. We want to recognize. Thank you. What is so unique about this conference? We had some new concepts. We brought it into the table, they took it, and they executed it. I want to especially mention the grant writing workshop, the brainchild of our research committee chair, our Lydia Albuquerque, who is our oversight from advisory board, and they executed it. Thank you so much to the partnership with Jessica and Luca. That is the first time the NINA is doing it. We were a little skeptical about making it a ticketed event, but the overwhelming response, we even had people come in today and said, we want to come in, but we said we don't have the space, we know. But more to come. It's not stopping here. There is more things to come from that grant writing workshop. I'll tell you one thing, is that I was fortunate to attend that, and one thing in particular I will hand it over to Tara. Thank you so much.
Hello, I'm overseeing the academic partnership for the NINA, and NINA always believes in the advanced education and the growth of each one of you as a member, being NINA members. And I'm pretty sure many of you have availed our tuition discount, being a partnership with the various universities. The universities which we are currently affiliated are Grand Canyon University, Walden University, Post University, Chamberlain University, and Salem University. And how many of you have availed this from various universities, these tuition discounts? Because we do get many requests for it, isn't it? Please, we have many opportunities. Please avail that. We are tied up with all these universities to advance your
are the industrial. Yes. Oh, yes. Health education executives. Yes, no. Dr. Simi Joseph is a role model here to brain and preschool, multiple certifications. Thank you for being that role model. It is definitely very inspiring to see that we don't have to stop here. There's so much more to accomplish. It's just the journey just begins. There's no end to learning. We keep constantly going, but we need to motivate each other. We need to be supportive of each other. We are here to empower each other, is what I wanted to say by wrapping up into this slide. And thank you from all of us to all of you. And a huge shout out to our advisory board who has been always with us, guiding every step of our way. With that being said, I want to give the few minutes back to our members to ask questions. We have our advisory board here. Anything we'll be happy to clarify and brainstorm together. So please, could everyone?
You guys have to forgive me for not knowing what they're doing here. I'm sorry. It's so amazing to see this room. Not only just see this room, but the caliber of the nurses and the type of jobs that you guys hold and the type of accomplishment and credentials you have and the commitment you have to come up and go higher and higher, so you hear them. So if you look at outside, we have thousands and thousands of nurses in this country, Indian nurses. But you don't expect everybody to be here. In every professional organization, 25% of the members attended in an organization, you're lucky. So we are very lucky, and I want to thank each and every one of you for being part of the organization, your commitment, your dedication, your urge, your desire to do more for yourself as well as the others. See, when you do things for others, it comes back to you in double force, or multiply in tenfold. The reason you are doing so much work and contributing to NINA to do something, in no time, your name is out there in the paper, your name is in the magazine, you are recognized by the people. Those are the perks you get, the satisfaction. When we started this 20 years ago, it was not like this. Nursing culture was not like this at all. I can't even compare. The struggles we went through and the amount of things we continue doing it. The only reason why NINA is successful is the continuation. I'm the only crazy lunatic person who is still with NINA for 20 years from the founders. Because I happen to be the president twice. That's the only reason. So you get to go according to every 2 years, in that way. But that is not the reason why I'm here, because I love to be around. I enjoy being with the nurses. And I want to see the success. Some of my dreams when I started this organization was to give a platform for our Indian nurses. We didn't have a platform. We wanted to give a platform for the Indian nurses to come up in education-wise, publishing, research, grant writing. And one of my biggest dreams was to see my own nurses, our own Indian nurses, be invited as guest speakers for the mainstream American nurses. And you see that nurses and our nurses, people who come to be keynote speakers here are not any better than some of the people who are in this room. Okay, so be proud of it. And that was one of my dreams. And I think every dream I had is pretty much cupboard, and we still want to have a journal, we still want to have an office for ourselves, and things like that. But stay with the organization, bring them friends, and your credentials, when you stand in the podium on a national organization and have a presentation, your resume will show as a speaker for the National Nursing Association. That holds so much value. Even if you only have 200 nurses all together, and we have so much more, it counts for something. It comes back to you. So stay with the organization, and then each and everyone, I can go
office maybe pretty soon, but let's start. So I'm happy to say that our governing board is approved to have an office. Most likely we may be having an office next month. So I'm happy to see our Naina should have an office. And is there anything we could do, even Texas or Houston particularly, if you are looking for an office, we are there to offer many offices. Thank you.
And with you, we know how to contact you. You might be able to us. Well, the beauty is, Mr. Biju Ittan is the person if you would like to go reach out, seek help for fundraising. He's great at it. Just saying.
Knowledge the birth of Naina before, and the birth of INAI before that. So how we grew from state chapter to national chapter. That was one thing I wanted to share with the new members. Probably, Naina was born in 2006, but INAI was born in 2000, and Saga knows that. Yeah. So then the other question I have is that we are supporting Naina, like, in the financial, conference, conference and stuff like that. Are there any vision or plans to support the chapters back, like, who are weak, or probably in other ways too, any other ways? So do you have any goals for?
I'll go down.
Can you give us some specifics, like what are you meaning?
It could be financially too. So, for example, so like PN is hosting the conference, right? And I would say 75% of the work is done by PN. So, how that is shared, the finances are shared with the chapter to support them. So that more and more chapters can be involved in doing these type of things and things like that.
Yeah, thank you for that question. It's been an ongoing question, and as a former president, I have discussed this vision of centralized membership, right? So when we have centralized membership like ANA and other organizations, we have then the ability to do the count, right? Right now, we do not have the actual count. So right now, everybody is working as an independent affiliate organization to NINA as a chapter. And if we move to a centralization, then we can do much more. In our finance budget, we have a projected budget. We do have budget that is supporting activities, not individual chapters, but for the growth of the leaders in NINA. Like we need money or we need finance to have a leadership conference. We also will need finance to send our NINA members, not in particularly focusing only one chapter, but having equal equity in how we do it, to go for maybe the ANA Hill Day. So activities like that need finances, and finances will come, and we can support in a larger way, just like ANA does, in a larger way. When we apply for a big grant, then we can, sort of say, okay, like what ANA does is to all the affiliate members that they call the affiliate member are just giving an approximate number, that's not a true number. Because we say approximately we have, say, 1,500 or 2,000 members in NINA. So if we can move towards centralization of membership, then I think we can think larger, do better, and we can be the force as a minority organization. Look at the structure of PNA, Filipino Nurses Association, Black Nurses Association, Hispanic Nurses Association. They have grown. Go into their website and look at their structure. So I think sky is the limit for us because we have the highest educated nurses among Indian nurses. And if you look around, you will see that all of us are placed in a position of repute in the senses we are influencing the next generation of nurses. So my takeaway is think about it. Using a big hat, saying that why don't we or can we look into putting a committee together and look into centralization of membership. It's a difficult task, when mergers and acquisitions take place, when mergers and acquisitions have taken place, smaller hospitals have been joined together to a larger hospital system. So that's what we need to think for NINA, and we can do better.
May I answer it from a different perspective than financial support? So I think NINA as a national chapter supports the local chapters two ways. One, you're able to recruit members locally to your chapter by promising them membership to a local chapter, which may turn out to be a state chapter. Okay? The other is that by that one membership due, they get membership into a national association. That is a huge recruitment tool at a local level. That's one. Two, if we can get the motto of serve locally, okay, by doing that, we would be creating more local leaders than to serve nationally. But somehow, we have a split mind, and I'll challenge today, I feel I'm in a group of colleagues, so I'll speak honestly. We have a mind of what is in it for me and my chapter. What can I'm from Dallas, I think what can I take back for Dallas, right? That is a natural tendency to have. But whenever you watch some Bollywood movies or we watch some national cricket team movies, what do we hear? Stop saying my state, my people, my language. So if we can get behind NINA, then NINA will help get behind you. Talk to the people who have just started chapters. If you want to really know how NINA supports and rallies them, you will hear stories of how NINA leadership comes and backs them up. But I have the same problem that you do, Rani. When I think of New York, I think of Dallas, and we were one of the pioneer chapters. Oh, sorry, I'm from Chicago. You're from Chicago. I'm from Dallas. I think of the original chapters that were there before NINA. But really, what difference does it make once we decided that we were going to get behind NINA? Does it really matter how long a local chapter has been for getting behind NINA? So when I think like that, I get the same question in Dallas also. We've been there longer. Why should we give? We have larger membership. But we've got to think that if we don't get behind the movement, it's the movement that is going to create the momentum. So can we get behind and we are saying, now I would be very excited if somebody said, can we bring a national mentorship program back like we had? We created a cadre of officers that continue to serve. If you ask for things like that, we can get behind it. But money splits are already happening. Now, if we had the model like Sigma or ANA, where we said you recruit and your local members' fees, a portion will go to the local chapter and a portion will go to the national. we started thinking, if we give a portion to NAINA, what will the local chapter do? I was one of those people thinking like that about Dallas too. But we heard lobbying and Mr. Pandya talk about ANA initiative. When you go shake hands with a rep, does he want to meet with a local rep or a national officer? So there is beauty living behind NAINA. That's what I would. Thank you for sharing that.
Can I add one more thing? Because when you look at the finances and the fundraising, one of the things which we really have to do as an organization at the local or national level is to have some specific programs to do fundraising. Other organizations have walkathon or sales, and we don't have anything like that. NAINA's only income is from the chapter income, which comes $250 for 2 years. It doesn't matter how much members are paid. So we have a lot of work to do to come up with. Sir, I was doing a fantastic job with fundraising. We permanently appoint you as a fundraiser. So think about the avenues by which you can collect money that can go into shared fund for national as well as local. Because that is one thing we are lacking. We have to start and commit to that from now onwards, because there is no other income. Because one first time we share the expense and the income that we get, the revenue or expense, we share between the national and the local. And everything cannot go to the chapter running because national is more
I think
stable.
the discussion is going in the wrong way, because I just wanted to make, I wanted to back up what Dr. Albuquerque was mentioning. So that was my purpose of that question. Sure. So probably what I am suggesting, I think that, like Sarah said, like she had a vision, but now it's the NAINA leadership's responsibility,
To take it to the next level. Just like ANA is, just like Black American Association is, just like BNA is. So for that, the NAINA leadership and the executive board and the advisory board need to come up with plans. So that was the purpose of my question. So I don't want the discussion to go in a different direction. Thank you.
Bringing that an aspect of our organization, NAINA, which is the finances. We really need to look differently at that.
All right. Yeah, I think we got it. Yeah, I think this has been my vision as a former president, and I think it's going to happen. Just as whatever has happened in the last few years is going to happen.
Hi, everyone. Just to add to what everyone else from the advisory board mentioned, not directly answering Rani's question, but remember, don't just look at the monetary aspect of it. How many of us will be able to make presentations at a national conference if it wasn't for NAINA and the local chapters, right? How many of us will be able to get that 20% tuition discount and get benefit out of that? That, 20%, we started with 10, but now it is up to 25% discount for all the online programs. And they make it very easy. Some of the universities, they do the evaluation of your credits also. Look at that, the mentoring opportunities you get, and so on. So don't just look at the monetary aspect of it. We'll get it, as we said, the income over expense of any conference will be given to the hosting channel also, just to add to that. Thank you.
Dr. Michael herself has told me, have people seek me out, and I think everybody on this advisory board and the executive board, we really do want to hear from you and hear your questions. So we're being told time is up because I know that the dinner schedule is rather tight. So I'm going to hand it over to Kumar to wrap it up, and we'll move forward.
But
Yes.
thank you guys for raising that question. That was a great question.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We need to remember, it's not about one way, right? It's two way. I know we always hear that, and we hear the concern, but I'm
long-term care. And that was done by Dr. Soma Sen. Congratulations. Those are the top three. We're going through the top three. So I'm going to go ahead and get the last one now. So our third presenter who also won is Reimagining Pedagogy, Anonymous Peer